Student, good morning. Today we start a topic factors affecting the solubility of gas in a liquid. So the first factor is nature of the gas and the solvent. So some gases like dinitrogen, dihydrogen, dioxygen, helium, etc. dissolve in water only to a small extent, whereas gases like ammonia, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen chloride, etc. are highly soluble in water. It means the nature of gases are variable. Some are dissolved quickly and some gases are not perform very well. So, the next and the main factor is effect of temperature. The solubility of gas decreases with increase of temperature. This is because gases dissolve in liquid with evolution of heat, means exothermic process. Always be when the gas dissolve in a solvent, so the heat is evolved. It means when we raise the temperature, it is affect the solubility of gas. Means minimum temperature is best for the dissolving of gas. If we want to dissolve a gas in a high temperature, it is not performed. Student, third main factor is effect of pressure. Increase with increase in pressure. It means when we increase the external pressure, the solubility of gases is increased. According to this topic, a scientist which is known as Henry is given a law which is known as Henry's law. He said the mass of a gas dissolved per unit volume of the solvent at a constant temperature is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas in equilibrium with the solution. Means the mole fraction of gas is directly proportional to the partial pressure. If you have seen the diagram, so it is shown when the external pressure is applied, so the molar fraction value of the gas is increased. Student, it means if we take an equation, so the mole fraction of gas is directly proportional to their partial pressure. Means we take a constant because the directly proportional is not a perfect figure, so we use a constant which is known as k bar. X is equal to k bar p, or p is equal to 1 upon k bar x. Pressure is equal to kHx. kHs is a Henry's law constant, and it states that the partial pressure of the gas in the vapor phase is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the gas in the solution. The unit of kH will be atomic pressure or bar or kilobar. Student, remember, always be the mole fraction of gas is inversely proportional to the Henry's constant. Dear student, if we have seen the figure, so helium in a particular temperature 293, the kH 144.97 and dinitrogen is 76.48. If we comparison the two gases, it means Henry's constant value of helium is greater than dinitrogen. It means the solubility of nitrogen is much greater than helium. Student, limitations of Henry law. It is applicable when pressure is low, means higher pressure it is not applied. Second limitation is temperature is near to low. It means in a lower temperature this is not perfect. Third is the gas is not highly soluble. It means if the gas is highly soluble in solvent, so this law is not perfect. And fourth limitation is the gas neither react chemically with the solvent nor dissociate or associate in the solvent. Student, Henry's law in a board exam, mainly the question are asked, what are the application of Henry law? So we have, if you have seen the display, we take the first application. In the production of carbonated beverages, to increase the solubility of carbon dioxide in soft drink, soda water, the higher pressure is applied always. And the second best application is at higher altitude, the partial pressure of O2 is less than ground level. The low blood oxygen causes weak and unable to think clearly. This symptom is known as anoxia. Student, according to Henry's law, in NCERT the in text 2.7 and 2.6 both the questions are based. So we take in text 2.6 numerical. In this question they want to ask H2S hydrogen disulfide, a toxic gas with rotten egg like smell, is used for qualitative analysis if the solubility of H2S is a water at standard temperature and pressure is 0.195 m. Calculate Henry's law constant. So answer 0.195 m means 0.195 mole of H2S dissolved in 1 kilogram of water. So moles of H2S is 0.195. Second line we write moles of water, because the mass is given, so we divided by 1000 gram by 18, so the mole is 55.55. Mole fraction of H2S is 0.195, the part of mole of H2S divided by the mole of water means 55.55 plus mole of H2S which is 0.195. So the answer is 0.0035. Then P is equal to KH into X of H2S. X means mole fraction of molar part of H2S, or KH is equal to P divided by mole part of H2S, mole fraction. So 0.987 is the pressure of a water. 0.987 divided by 0.0035 bar. So the answer is 282 bar. Student, now we start the Raoult's law for volatile solutes. Scientists Raoult's given a law for the solutes. Mainly, the Raoult's law is applicable for a non-volatile solutes. The formula to gain the P naught solvent minus P solution divided by P naught solvent is equal to X solute. This formula always be included in a colligative properties. So, according to Raoult's law, the solution are divided into the two parts. The first one is the ideal solution and second one is the non-ideal solution. Those solutions which obey Raoult's law exactly over the entire range of concentration, when two compounds are identical in molecular size, structure, almost in identical intermolecular forces, so means solute and solvent, the molecular size structure are same, so they are ideal solution. Heat changes on mixing is 0, means the heat is not evolved and not gain the heat. So we cannot gain the heat or remove the heat by the reaction. The volume change mixing is 0, means the volume is not changed. If we take the 1 liter of solute and 1 liter of a solvent, so always be the sum of the solution. For example, benzene in toluene, N-hexane and N-heptane, these are the example of that. Student, second type of solution are non-ideal solution. The solution which do not obey Raoult's law, means when the delta mixing V is not equal to 0, means the volume increase or decrease after the solution is prepared, and delta mixing H is not equal to 0, means heat required or the heat is removed. For example, water plus nitric acid, benzene and acetone. For betterment of your learning, we can differentiate into the tabular form. In a board exam, always be the ask the differentiate between ideal and non-ideal solution. Student, when we can divide the non-ideal solution into the two parts, showing positive deviation and showing negative deviation. So first one is showing positive deviation. If solute and solvent interaction means XY, if the solution are weaker than solute or solvent reaction, so they are known as positive deviation. We show by the explanation, because in a solute or a solvent they form the bonding. For example, hydrogen bonding which are not formed in the solution. So always be they are showing the positive deviation. Student, third one is showing negative deviation from Rod's law. When XY means solute and solvent interaction are stronger than solute XX and YY means solvent interaction, so they are showing the negative deviation. For example, acetone plus chloroform or chloroform from diethyl ether. If we explain, so reason is, for example, if you see in a case of acetone and chloroform, so an intermediate hydrogen bonding is formed. It means the solution has always with a greater boiling point comparison than solute and a solvent. In a tabular form, we can differentiate into between that. You can see the display. So, student, another type of solution which is known as azeotrophs or constant boiling mixture. The solution or liquid mixture which boil at constant temperature and can distill unchanged in composition. Means we cannot separate into solute or solvent, and they are not showing the solute and solvent. They constant boiling means a constant temperature they are boiled. Student, they are also the two types. First one is a minimum boiling azeotrophs, showing very large positive deviation. For example, ethanol and water. The ethanol boiling point is 78 degrees centigrade, and they are boiled into 78.5 degrees centigrade, and you know the solvent water is the boiling point is 100 degrees centigrade. Means they are not boiled as 100 degrees centigrade, they are boiled on the 78.5 degrees centigrade. It is greater than ethanol but lower than water, so they are considered as a minimum boiling, means lower to the solvent boiling point. Student, second one type is a maximum boiling azeotrophs. Means if we take the example of a HCl and water, so water is boiling at 100 degrees centigrade and the HCl has boiling point 188 Kelvin and pure water is 373 Kelvin, but when we mix the HCl into water, they boil onto the 381.6 Kelvin, means higher the solvent. So they are considered as a maximum boiling temperature. Student, the numerical are based on this part. So for listen to us, thank you very much. Thanks a lot.